Hi guys, the position compassion for the conned, contempt for the con man is becoming more and more difficult to maintain. As I've covered in other videos, Elon Musk has been given the keys of the US federal government and he's planning to gut it completely. A bill which is passing through the House of Representatives, the lower chamber, is to cut $880 billion from healthcare that is provided to the most vulnerable, be it health-wise or economically. Here, More Perfect Union spoke to a lady who is disabled, whose daughter and sister are also disabled, and requires thousands of dollars per month to cover medical expenses. She voted for Trump, which is both anger-inducing and deeply sad.
Trump promised a lot of things. I thought it would be more family values and those programs that we really need here.
One of those promises was to protect Medicaid, which 67% of people in this district rely on. It's the largest percentage of any district in the entire country.
Can you guarantee that Medicare, Medicaid will not be touched?
Yeah, I mean, I have said it so many times, we're not going to touch it.
But has it been?
Donald Trump is a compulsive pathological liar. He was a pathological compulsive liar in 2016 until 2020, until he was removed from power, and then people voted him back in again because they believed that he would not lie to them.
Administration just proposed an $880 billion cut to Medicaid over the next 10 years. So we wanted to come here to find out how people are feeling about Trump and his administration's decision that could have a huge impact on one of the benefits they rely on the most.
One resident who would be impacted by Medicaid cuts is 64-year-old Irma Arredondo, who voted for Trump in 2024. Irma has several chronic health issues, including type 1 diabetes. She's also a full-time caregiver for her daughter, who has cerebral palsy, and her sister, who has Turner syndrome.
Valerie have her medication for her seizures. She needs care of everything. And I just give massage to her hands, to her legs. I stay with her until she falls asleep.
Sounds like you take really good care of her.
Oh, and my baby is my dog.
So you, your sister Irene, and your daughter Valerie, you're all on Medicaid.
Mm-hmm.
And how important is Medicaid for your family?
Wow, can you imagine? We live on a daily basis with sicknesses. This is for the cholesterol too. This is also for my blood pressure.
So Medicaid pays for all of it?
Yes.
If you didn't have Medicaid, how much would this cost you? How much money?
Oh, thousands maybe.
Thousands of dollars. Just for her medication. And there's also her sister and also her daughter. And Donald Trump's administration is planning to cut $880 billion, not $880 million, $880 billion from Medicaid. This support that people desperately need. Because if they don't have health insurance, they have to pay it themselves. If they don't have this support, they have to pay it themselves. She said at the beginning of this clip that she voted for Donald Trump because he believed in family values. So I don't know how you can speak about family values and Donald Trump in the same sentence. Look, she voted not just to make her own life worse, but she also voted to make her sister and her daughter's life worse. You voted for somebody who's a compulsive pathological liar. And this is going to impact the lives of other people as well. Like, I can sort of give people the benefit of the doubt in 2016. Because Donald Trump came in, he was something new, he was going to shake things up, he was going to drain the swamp, he was going to look after the average worker and stuff like this. But he had proven himself to be a compulsive liar who only cared about himself, a narcissist and a charlatan. Somebody who talked about building walls and then had one of his advisors con people out of money to pay for, and he ended up in prison, I believe, over that as well. An absolute charlatan. And these people have decided, okay, we're going to take the chance and we're going to throw our support behind Donald frigging Trump, who's a compulsive liar who has no interest in family values because we believe that he does. He paid off a porn star because with hush money, with funding from his campaign. How many affairs do you think this guy has had? How is he in any way a family man? But also, the religious people, do they not look at Donald Trump and say, this guy is a compulsive pathological liar. You're not supposed to lie. You're not supposed to con people with his casinos and his fake and his scams and all of this crap. Like, what does it take for people to realize that they were mistaken, that it was a bad idea backing this guy? Now you have to suffer the consequences. He never gave a crap about the poorest people in society. He never will. He only cares about himself. And you can apply it to anything. Apply it to what's happening in Canada. Apply it to what's happening in Ukraine. He only cares about himself. We saw this before. Was Joe Biden good? No, Joe Biden was pretty crap. But at least you had your health care. Donald Trump has taken that away. But he said he wouldn't do it because he's a compulsive liar. You can't, like Boris Johnson. If Donald Trump says, I'm not going to do something, then you can be guaranteed that he would do it. If he said he will do something, you can be guaranteed that he'd do the opposite, just like Boris Johnson. These people should not be anywhere near the levers of power. The reason I respond to these things is because I hope that it will plant a seed in people's minds that you should stop listening to charlatans selling you cheap solutions to complex problems. Stop listening to people who are compulsive pathological liars. Take a step back and say, okay, does this person have my interests at heart? Has this person lied in the past? And then if you come to the conclusion that this person does not care about me and has lied compulsively in the past, then maybe I shouldn't give my support to them. My heart goes out to these people. My heart goes out to this woman in particular and her family. Because Medicare is going to be removed, she's going to end up having to pay for all of this medication. And I don't know her economic situation. I presume she's in a desperate economic position because she has to rely on support from the federal government. Now that's going to be removed. What is she going to do? What is she going to do for her daughter? What is she going to do for her sister? What is she going to do for herself? The Republicans have constantly said that they want to have a smaller government. They believe that the federal government is standing in people's way. They want to close it down where possible. And you voted for these people. You've been around for a while. Surely you understand what the Republicans stand for, what Donald Trump stands for. Once again, my heart goes out to these people, but is this what it takes for Donald Trump to take away your health care, that you realize actually it was a bad idea and I won't vote for him again? Or the Republican Party needs to be disassembled. It needs to be broken into smaller pieces, and these people need to be nowhere near the levers of power ever again. And it's not just Donald Trump, because as soon as Donald Trump is out, they'll replace him with somebody else. The system is completely rotten. The Republican Party is completely corrupt. They don't care about anyone but themselves. They are using people, preying on people's fears and concerns in order to get power. Please tell me if I am being too harsh. Honestly. Because I think this all has to stop.